What's up guys, it's Justin Stenstrom from Elite Man Magazine, and in this video I'm going to share with you how to do the Wim Hof Breathing Technique and why it's so important for your health. So first things first, the Wim Hof Breathing Technique is obviously pioneered by a guy named Wim Hof, whose nickname is also the Iceman because he has a few dozen records where he's broken records and done feats in the freezing cold outside, like hiking up mountains in his shorts, the furthest or the fastest. He's gone swimming underwater in ice cold where it's ice all on the top, and he's like gone the longest distance. He has like 26 or so world records, and they probably will never be beaten because this guy is insane when it comes to breaking freezing cold records and also doing incredible things that are also probably superhuman. At least a lot of people would think they're superhuman. But the key to his success, or one of the major keys to his success, is this breathing technique, which actually does so many great things. If you just do it, you don't have to compete in world records and break all these crazy things like Wim has done, but just doing this in your everyday life can actually change your health like nothing else. So I want to go through the exact process of the breathing technique, and I'm going to actually I want to give you a walkthrough, a demonstration, a live demonstration of how it actually looks, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's one thing to read how to do the technique and the process, but it's another thing to actually see what it looks like in real time. So we'll dive into exactly how to do this breath in just one second, but I do want to emphasize first the health benefits of doing this breath. Even just one round, which takes like 2 or 3 minutes max, you do this every single day, I guarantee your health will improve. So doing this breath actually increases your actually boosts your immune system almost immediately. It also lowers things like cortisol and adrenaline and balances out those hormones throughout the body. It can help with your inflammation, it can help with brain function, it helps you actually improve and kind of interact with the different parts of your brain and get them going as well. It helps with metabolic function, it helps with pain in certain instances. I mean, there's actually a number of studies that are coming out right now that are proving all the things that Wim's been saying for many years. So all the stuff that he was doing, all the incredible feats, he had that breath to help him do those incredible things, and people were wondering if this guy was just superhuman and then all this stuff was really impossible. They didn't know how he was doing it, but now science is catching up to it and actually studying the breath and realizing that that breath is really the key to all the incredible things he was doing. And again, you don't have to do these incredible things to actually see benefits in your own life. All you got to do is this quick breath once a day, a couple times a day. If you want to do a few of the rounds and really take advantage of it, it's going to help you even more. But literally spending like 2 or 3 minutes a day and just doing this one round of breathing can absolutely change your life. So with that said, let's dive right into how to actually do the Wim Hof breathing technique and how to get the health benefits that Wim Hof derives every single day when he does it in your own life. The first thing that you want to do when it comes to breathing like Wim Hof is, the first step actually, is breathing 30 rapid breaths. And you can do up to 40, and sometimes he does and recommends that, but generally speaking, I do 30 because it's easy to do, it's easy to maintain, it's not overwhelming. So 30 quick and rapid breaths. You want to breathe through your belly and get full breaths in 30 times. This is in rapid succession. By the way, the easiest way to do this is to breathe through your nose and then breathe out with your mouth. So that's one breath, and you do that over and over again. You do it 30 times. That's step number one. Step number two is, after you do that 30 times and you've blown out that last 30th breath, then you take one more deep breath in, all the way in, and then you breathe it all the way out. And once you breathe it all the way out, you then just hold that breath, and you don't breathe or do anything else. You hold that breath for as long as you can, and you hold it for, I mean, everybody's different, but maybe it's 30 seconds on the first round, maybe it's a minute, maybe it's a minute and a half. You just breathe everything out, and then you sit there and hold it for as long as you possibly can. You don't need to turn blue in the face or pass out, but as soon as you feel like, as soon as you get the urge to breathe again, then you take another deep breath in. That's the second step. The third step is, once you feel that urge to breathe again, when you can't hold it any longer, and you're not waiting like I said, you're not waiting till you pass out or get blue in the face, but you have that urge. Once you have that urge, you breathe one more time all the way in, fill your lungs up with all the oxygen you can, and then hold that breath for about 20, maybe 30 seconds. You can hold it for about that time, 15 to 30 seconds. I like to go a little longer with it. And you're basically pushing all of the oxygen that's in your lungs, you're pushing it up to your brain. And you can actually feel it in your brain, like the oxygen going into your brain and oxygenizing that brain. It feels incredible. That's it. That's exactly how you do the Wim Hof breathing technique. That's actually considered one round. Wim recommends doing 3 to 4 rounds. I recommend doing as many rounds as you can comfortably do and doing it as often as possible. Now, If you get overwhelmed thinking that you have to spend 15 to 20 minutes doing this, because the longer you go into it, actually the more rounds that you do, the more that you can hold your breath, which is an incredible thing as well. And Wim has a bunch of records when it comes to holding his breath. So that's one of the tricks he uses too. But you'll come to realize that the more rounds you do, the longer it actually takes to do the whole thing. So the thing that I recommend for you to do this and to stick with it is to just do one round. If you feel like doing another round, do 2 rounds. If you feel like keep going and doing 3 rounds or 4 rounds, that's great. But you don't have to do those rounds, because I'd rather see you do 1 round every day than no rounds, and then maybe 3 or 4 rounds once a month, because the more you do this, the more healthy you're going to be in the long run. By the way, just to be clear, once you push all that oxygen into your brain, that is the end of the first round. At that point, you can either stop and carry on with your day, you can meditate because you're in a good state of mind to actually have a great meditation, or you can jump right into the second round and go right back to the 30 rapid breathing of step 1 in the first round. So you don't actually have to take any time between rounds 1 or 2. You don't have to do anything specific. It's just jump right into the next thing and carry on with the process again. And by the way, some of these sensations or symptoms or things that you may experience when you do this breath include like tingling in your hands, or maybe a little lightheadedness, maybe a bit of a funny sensation or funny feeling. But these are all normal. They're all very safe. They're all very common. And I actually have grown to like them. The more I do the Wim Hof breath, the more I've been doing it over the past few years, the more when I start to get these little tingling things and just different like sensations throughout the body, the more I know that I'm doing it correctly, and the more I actually enjoy this. And like I mentioned a moment ago, it is a perfect transition into getting into meditation. So if you meditate at all, which is another incredible thing for your health, doing 1 round or a couple rounds of the Wim Hof breathing technique is the perfect way to set up to jump right into meditation. All right, with that said, let's dive right into a full live demonstration of what the Wim Hof breath actually looks like. So I mentioned this before in the beginning of the video. You may have even have stuck around this entire video just to see this very moment, but probably for the next 2 or 3 minutes, I will do the entire presentation of 1 round of breathing just to show you what it looks like. So when you go to do this yourself, you know kind of what it looks like, what to experience, how to think, and that it's actually completely safe and you're not going to die if you try this. Or the only thing I will say is don't do this if you're driving, don't do this if you're operating any machinery, don't do this if you're doing anything crazy like that, because you got to obviously use your common sense. Some people will get a little lightheaded and they may have some weird sensations. Don't do any of that crazy stuff. Do this when you're sitting down or in your house, you're in a comfortable, safe place to do it. That's when you want to do it. So with that said, I'm going to dive right into the actual process and show you what it looks like. Although this may be a little bit weird to do, I'm going to do the whole process right now. All right, here we go. 30 rounds, rapid breathing. And by the way, I can't talk when I'm doing this, so just remember what the process is. It's 30 rounds. Then after that, you take 1 deep breath in, push it all out, hold that breath for as long as you can, then breathe it all in once more and hold that, push it to your brain for about 20 to 30 seconds. That's the process. Here it is. Ready, set, go. That's it. That's round one. That's all you gotta do. Sorry, that was a little funny, a little awkward, a little weird, but I needed to do it. I wanted to show you exactly how it looks. And I feel good. A little, it's not even a lot of tingling. I think normally I feel a little more tingling when I do it. I might have not done it 100% the right way that I usually do it, but I feel a little bit of tingling. I felt some warmness going through me. Actually, that's one thing too that you'll probably feel that I didn't mention, which is you feel like the cold air going through you, but it actually heats your body up in a weird way. So I felt a little bit of heat going on, and then a tiny bit of lightheadedness for maybe a couple of seconds in that process, but it was really nothing. And I just feel good. Like, I feel really good. It wasn't, like I said, exactly the way I always do it, because when I usually do it, I'm sitting down, I'm a little more comfortable. Obviously don't have a camera on and all this other stuff, but I still feel and felt pretty good throughout the process. That is how it looks like, though. All you got to do, if you wanted to keep going, if I wanted to keep going and I wanted to make this video 15-20 minutes long, I would just jump right back into doing the second round, doing those deep breaths again, 30 deep breaths, and then going right into it. But honestly, I feel pretty good. I always feel really good. My head feels like very clear after doing it. I actually even have a tiny bit of like boost in energy, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you can even tell that by just by watching. I don't think it's really possible to tell it. Maybe it is. I don't know, but I do feel good when I do it. It's an incredible thing. I try to do it as much as possible. Honestly, I don't do it every single day. I slack in that area. I do want to start doing it more and more and try to get it every single day, because as you can see, that only took 2 or 3 minutes to do. And like I said before at the very beginning of the video, it has a tremendous amount of health benefits across the board. Also, like I mentioned before, you can do meditation right after doing it. So generally when I do this breath, not always, but many times when I do this breath, I will actually hop right into meditation, because like I said, it just does something to my brain. It makes me almost clear things out and get a clearer bit of focus and thinking, so that I can jump right into the state, and actually really calming too. Like, I feel just really calm right now. So it does those types of things and puts you right into that perfect state to then meditate for like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and you just feel incredible. Trust me, this is something you definitely want to try out, and I think the more you try it out, the more you're going to like it and actually start to love it like I do. But that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like below, and also share in the comments section if you're going to start doing the Wim Hof breathing technique. I want to know what you thought of today's video, and also what you think about this incredible breathing technique. And as always, make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Hit the notification bell to get notified the instant we release a new video, and follow me on Instagram at Justin Stenstrom.